And I got the biggest hope dealer in the world, Miss Dana Chanel. You're live in the candy shop. How you doing, Mama?
Hey, what's up? I'm so excited.
And we have so much to discuss. I think you make it easy for people to understand and realize that when he calls you to be active in ministry, in the kingdom, that it doesn't take you giving up life and giving up what you think is fun to do his will. And by you being so gorgeous and so personable and just so real and so honest, it makes it so easy for people to relate, to say, if she can get to that point with God, so can I. Can you describe that moment? You know what
it is? It was over amount of time where I was really dedicated and learning about the Bible and what was going on and stuff. So it definitely was a process. But once I was learning this stuff, I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, why didn't someone tell me about this guy Jesus sooner? Like, I was turned this way such a long time ago. You feel me? So
straight up.
One of the things I was like, I can't keep this to myself. And I tell people all the time, so many of us are called to ministry outside the four walls, whether you're a hairstylist or an accountant. We're all called to do ministry, you know what I mean? But it's just in our field, in our lane. And no matter how much you try to suppress and run from that anointing on your life, it's going to catch up with you.
Let's break down what is Sprinkle of Jesus.
Just wanted to create something that I could have gone to as a young person to learn about Jesus, learn about sex, learn about, how powerful you are and stuff like that. Like, for example, my little sister, I was just talking to her, and she said, a curse word, and I'm like, hey, watch your mouth. Like, your words are so valuable. You have no idea. You know what I mean? It's not just about one little curse word, but it's the spirit you have in which what comes out your mouth. You know what I mean? And it's like certain things these young kids don't even know they're sinning. I mean, y'all can log on right now. Download the Sprinkle of Jesus app. We're constantly, dropping some knowledge into one another.
Definitely. How are you handling your large social media following, as well as some of the craziness that comes along with it?
Okay, well, the good is amazing. I am constantly humbled, by the amazing stories and people that come to me and say, hey, I'm going through this, and this is what God did for me, and I'm constantly humbled by that. It constantly puts me in a space to be grateful. But the negative, of course, there's going to be negative with absolutely anything that you do, and especially when you're talking about something that's so personal to someone. Your relationship with God is so personal, so people can be so defensive. The negative comments, they come, and sometimes they used to get to me, but then I have to remember that I was built for this. God didn't give me all these followers by accident. He gave it to me for a purpose. So instead of focusing on what the enemy would like me to focus on, I need to continue to stay focused on Jesus and do exactly what he's called me to do.
I think we're at a point, and I'm going to speak for myself, and I say that I'm guilty of sometimes walking with those around me who may not believe what I believe, or who may not be where I am spiritually, or who may just be in a different place in their life all together. And I'm thinking in my head, you see what God is doing for me, you should just pay your tithes like me, go to church like me, do Bible study like me, and it will help you too.
It does not work like that. One of the most amazing things that I appreciate about the way I came to know who God was, no one told me about this. No one can tell you, the feeling, the emotion that God gives me, how the Holy Spirit moves in I'm telling you, no one can tell you what this is like until you experience it yourself.
I love your concept of it. To our peers that may be listening, is Dana Chanel dating or single?
I am single, yes. I mean, I have friends. I may have more than one if you want me to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, I'm single until I'm married. I'm single until I'm married. There's no in-between for me. We're friends. We're cool. I want to marry my best friend. I want to marry who God tells me that, is right. And I don't believe, I don't know. And then that I'm not having sex. So what are you going to be calling my boyfriend for? So it's just, I'm going to be single, and then one day I'll be engaged.